Here's an interesting question. Is it wrong to mimic a famous YouTuber if you're doing it for your master's degree? I mean, imitation is like flattery, right? Well, I'm making chocolate chip cookies, so let's go for it.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is grab our stand mixer. Next, we're going to want to grab our paddle attachment and start with a half a cup or 113 grams of room temperature unsalted butter. And we're going to beat that starting on low speed and working our way up to a medium high for 3 or 4 minutes or until the butter has changed to a pale yellow color and is light and airy. Remembering to scrape down the sides of your bowl at least once and look at that. Next, we're going to want to grab both a half a cup or 105 grams of light brown sugar and a half a cup or 110 grams of granulated sugar and add that to our mixer. And you should ultimately end up with a beautifully smooth mixture that looks a little bit something like this. Brandon, lift that up a little bit higher. There you go. Next, grab 1 large egg, also room temperature, and add that to the mixer, beginning on a low speed. Add 1 teaspoon or roughly 4 grams of a nice vanilla extract. And while that mixes on medium speed, we can begin to work on our dry ingredients. In another bowl, combine 1 3/4 cups or 210 grams of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon or 3 grams of baking soda, a half a teaspoon or 2 grams of kosher salt, and 1 tablespoon or 9 grams of cornstarch, making sure that you get all of it out. Good job. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to whisk to combine all of your dry ingredients, making sure that everyone is friendly. Then we're going to add that to our stand mixer, careful to not spill the ingredients onto the counter, and begin mixing on a low speed. The goal here is to not incorporate all of your flour. As you can see, I still have lots of visible flour in my mixture and bowl because we still need to add 10.5 ounces or 300 grams of chocolate chips. I'm going to dramatically drop a few chips in before I pour the rest in, and oh, no. Oh, that is a nightmare. Hopefully you never do this, as this also proves that I am not a professional YouTuber. But we're going to make it up by adding a slightly discolored but still delicious 4 ounces or 113 grams of a high quality chocolate bar, chopping it up finely and adding it to the other chips, adding to the overall chocolatiness. Now we're going to go ahead and slap our stand mixer for good luck and mix until everything is just combined. Next, grab a tray and some parchment paper and empty out your cookie dough because it's time for a nap in the fridge. But if you think that it's going to go into the fridge like this, my friend, you are mistaken, because first we need to grab, oh geez, Brandon, where is it? Kitchen scale. You need your kitchen scale because we are going to measure out 43 gram balls to make sure that all of our cookies turn out to be the exact same size. Once we have our equally sized cookies, it's time to wash our hands, because to borrow a line from the immortal Chef John, damp hands make smooth balls. The reason we want to do this is to ensure even rise among all of our cookies for a more uniform final product. Once your balls are, well, smooth, it's into the fridge they go for at least 1 hour or up to 3 days. After your cookies have sufficiently napped, it's time to bake. Grab a parchment paper lined baking sheet and begin to place your cookies, giving them enough room to rise in the oven. Place the cookie into your preheated 325 degree oven for exactly 17 minutes and 30 seconds, because if you didn't know, baking is a science. Once your cookies are done, take them out of the oven and be sure to place the cookies slightly out of camera frame. Perfect. And while the cookies are still super hot, immediately sprinkle the tops of each cookie with some flaky sea salt for that extra flex. After about 30 seconds, the cookies will release from the cookie sheet and we will transfer them to a cooling rack for even cooling and to avoid a burned bottom. Finally, it's time to grab a fancy plate for the cookies. Please do not forget to dramatically react to the thumbnail. There you go. And behold the fruits of your labor. An evenly golden brown cookie bespeckled with chocolate all around. It's time for that cross section. Nice. You'll note the classic cookie crisp edges while being incredibly gooey and soft in the center. And let's take that bite. Come on, Brandon, what's your reaction going to be? That's what I thought. Without a doubt, the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever eaten.
Alright guys, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're a famous YouTuber, please don't sue me. I'm a middle school teacher. I don't make any money. Okay, bye.